A wonderful day to you, our dear viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Complete Sports Update. My name is Abib Kuranga. This is the show where we bring to you the latest and trending stories in the world of sports. Yes, the Super Eagles of Nigeria are still flying high in the 2023 African Cup of Nations. Here today we are going to review all the matches played so far by the Jose Pesero's men. What match is responsible for their upsurge in this competition, and who has been the standout performer for the Super Eagles? These, alongside other interesting and exciting topics, shall be discussed right here. Do sit down, relax, and enjoy, because this is the Complete Sports Update. For today's edition, I have with me James Agberibi, and together we shall be taking you through the rounds as far as the sporting stories are concerned. Welcome to the show, James.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so the Super Eagles of Nigeria are still bouncing and they are pumping ahead of their crucial encounter, remaining in the competition. And now, we are going to review the matches played so far in the competition. Just like, the Super Eagles played against the Equatorial Guinea, Ivory Coast, the host country, as well as Guinea-Bissau in the group stage matches. So then they proceeded to the knockout stages, where they faced the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon and the Black Antelopes of Angola in the round of 16 and quarter-final respectively. So what has been the upsurge in the game that propelled Nigeria to go as high in this competition?
Well, for me, I think the game against Cote d'Ivoire, for me, that was the turning point for the Super Eagles. We all remember that when they played against Equatorial Guinea, it was not so good a performance, and they got a lot of steam, because a lot of people expected them to, come up with all 3 points, put up a good performance. But fortunately, it was a lackluster performance. They had to come from behind to get a draw. So going into the game against the host, who won their own game, a lot of people felt maybe this would be a bridge too far for the team, that maybe a draw would be enough for them, but they now won the game despite the facing the crowd and everything. They got a win. So for me, I think that was the turning point for the team. So they now use that to build on their other games. So if you check, it's like for every game there's always this improvement in their performance. So for me, I think the game against Cote d'Ivoire, because how many teams can boast of playing against the host and silencing the crowd? It's not all teams who can do that, and they managed to do it. That was the key factor for them in the competition, I think. And since that game, they've not considered a goal. So I think for me, that was the turning point for them.
I think I agree with you on that, because the manager himself will also be trying to tell the team that if you can defeat the host nation with the crowd that is against you and everything, so definitely there is no team that you guys can defeat, and I think that can be the factor for the Super Eagles to go all the way. So now these players, let me just say, they've earned everything. Like they've earned the plaudits, the hype and everything all around them. So but there must be some players that are standouts in this current crop team. And to be honest with you, if I'm to say that this is my standout performer for the Super Eagles, another person will also come up with theirs, because there have been different kind of different players with that have come with their A game. So for you now, who has been that excellent player for the Super Eagles in this competition?
I know a lot of people might want to be tempted to see maybe Ademola Lookman, because he has been scoring, but you look at players like, especially in the goalkeeping aspect, because that was one area that a lot of people were so scared of. But luckily for the team, the coach was able to solve that issue, by bringing on board Standout Nwabali. And also, if you check out the defense, it's one of the stingiest defense in the competition. They've considered just one goal, so you have to give credit to the back line. But though you might want to argue that the guy that plays from the left wing, Seydou Sanusi, I think he has been the weakest link. Not like he has been overall terrible, but there are games that I think he has not covered himself in glory, and the coach too has come out to comment on his performance, but still gave him thumbs up. So for me, you look at the defense, they've been solid. So it's so difficult to pick one most outstanding player, because these are the guys who always come under criticism before the competition, and they've kind of covered themselves in glory. And then in the midfield, we don't have our first choice midfield setup, because I mean in every game that Super Eagles used to play, you must always find an elite D there, but it's not there. But we have a 2-man central midfield in Alex Wobi and Frank Onyeka, you know. So, and then you look at the attack. So for me, in summary, I think it has been a kind of a collective effort. Find there are guys who have been. You want to say, okay, Osimhen too has been involved in almost all the goals the team has scored. Moses Simon has like I think 2 assists. He has marked it with 2 Man of the Match award. You know, Ademola Lookman is the top scorer for the Nigerian side. So everybody has played their part. So I think it won't be fair to just pick one person, because for what I've seen in this team, they play as a gang. You know, they defend together, they fall back. So they do it in unison. So it will be out of place to just say, okay, this person is the one that's doing it for the team. No, the Osimhen that is doing it in front. It's also relying on the defenders to make sure they shut out threat from the opposition, and it too has been doing its own in the front. So they've been doing it in collaboration with, you know, it's a team stuff for them. So for me, I won't come out and say this person is being the most outstanding.
Well, I understand your point of view, you know, because we've seen teams who are more like playing collectively. You know, we saw the Spanish side of 2010 who won the World Cup, and also the German side which won the 2014 World Cup. Also, they play in unison and everything. But I would just want you to just say, from your own perspective, who do you think has been that excellent for the team?
Well, I know this might sound. I think it's a tough one. Honestly, it's a tough one to pick just one person. Definitely, it's a tough one, because you might want to argue for the case of Lookman, who has scored 3 goals. Osimhen, who has been doing he has scored just 1 goal, but if you check him out, he has been doing a lot in that attack. I think he has been dropping scaring the opponent, the defenders. Giving us something to think about.
The wingers,
Frank Onyeka, who has not really shown in the Super Eagles colours. I think this tournament has exposed him. He has done a human's job. Moses Simon, who also always come under criticism, he has bagged 2 Man of the Match. So that's why I said it's too tough. It's too tough to say this person. That's why I think I would just prefer to say it's a. But if a gun is placed to my head and say pick one person, I think I will go for Ademola Lookman, not because he has scored 3 goals, because I think he has shown that he has what it takes. He has struggled initially in past games, but I think he has come into this competition and shown that he's that person who can bring a different kind of threat in the Super Eagles. Not that we just focus all our attention on Osimhen.
At least there's no gun in the studio, which made you say what I've been meaning for you to actually say. So now, that's by the way. So going to Europe, Liverpool actually were defeated by Arsenal on Sunday. Also Manchester City also closing in with their 3-1 victory against Brentford on Monday. So with the title race now, Liverpool already still ahead of Manchester City, and Manchester City have a game in hand. And also Arsenal I think they are also 2 points behind Liverpool at the moment. So what do you have to say about the title race in the English Premier League? Is it going to be the 2-horse race, or Arsenal are still very much in the thick of things?
Well, I think Arsenal, I cannot rule them out, because for a team who has suffered serious injuries to the likes of Partey, the summer signing Timber, and Jesus too got injured. He didn't play against Liverpool. So the players have been in and out. Injuries have not been too fair. But you can't say they are the only team who have been suffering injuries. Even Manchester United lost Lisandro at the weekend. But I think they have done well enough to be in the mix. I mean, it gives the excitement, to the league. Not that one team will just run away with it. Last season, I think they've learned from last season. They were overwhelmed last season. Maybe because they didn't believe that they'll find themselves in such position. So I think they've grown wiser this season. They don't want to be too far away from the title contenders. So that's a good one. The season is still ahead. It's still far. So they can still keep pace but you still want to stick your neck with City because they've been in this position for seasons.
Exactly.
Whether they are ahead of you, whether they are behind you, you know that they will always
go all the way
exactly,
to
and always exactly they will just go on the winning run, and while the other team, so they are a very experienced team. Whether they are behind you, even if they are behind you, you know that you are not safe. If they are ahead of you, you know at any point they can pull away
and vanish into the team
and vanish, and nobody will catch them again. So they are very experienced. Liverpool have suffered a lot from them, especially when they go neck to neck. But the way we are looking at it, I think it's going to be a 3-horse race. But you still want to stick with City because of the past experiences. The manager has been here countless times. So maybe Arsenal might still have a say because of last season, because they just fell apart when it mattered most. But I think they've been nicking points here and there. They defeated Liverpool. They got 4 points out of Liverpool. They defeated Man City also. So for me, it's a good one. Let's just see from next month. I think we'll begin to see a clearer picture of who really will win the title. But if you ask me, the number one title. The team that the number one favorite, you still have to give it to Man City. Yeah,
exactly. So whether it's a 2-horse race or a 3-horse race, what we are going to say is we really wish each and every team that are contending for the Premier League title the very best, and also the Super Eagles of Nigeria to go all the way and claim glory in Ivory Coast come February 11. So viewers, this is where we'll be drawing the curtain as far as this episode is concerned. Do enjoy yourself, and don't forget to take care of yourself. We'll see you again next week, same time. Bye for now.